在许多文化中都有一个共同的信念，死者不该被轻易打扰。在电影里，无论是破墓还是僵尸先生，起坟从来都不是一件普通的事，它被描绘成一件有风险的行为，讲究时机、规矩还有仪式。因为坟墓不只是一个地方，它是一条界限。所以问题来了，这些只是电影夸大的想象，还是在现实中真的有人依然相信这些禁忌
？Hello， 大家欢迎回到零度空间。我觉得今天的话题很有意思，因为我从来没有认真想过。所以现在我们来欢迎我们的来宾 ，Life Matters 的创办人恩乐。
Hello everyone. 大家 I am Enlei, the founder of Life Matters.
在跟大家分享之前呢，你可以介绍 Life Matters 是做什么？
And you're responsible for the content. Actually, I work in Afterlife services, including planning and services. We also handle cryonics, as well as cemetery and cremation services, and even exhumation. I believe today's topic,
大家都想了解
this exhumation service.
那个process，所以其实一般人对比较熟悉的是那种殡葬服务嘛，可是起坟这个东西其实很少人在讲。那你为什么会怎么进入到这个起坟的这个行业的呢？
Actually, I came across it by accident. At the beginning of 2024, the Singapore government NEA released an announcement. They said they were carrying out this Phase 9 exhumation operation. So from there, I went up the hill and made a short video to tell people how to do it, and also welcome them to come for consultation. Unknowingly, more and more people who were affected, those who received letters from the government, came to consult. And that's where it all started.
所以是2024年开始你
It started in 2024 officially when the government announced that there were things that needed to be verified. From there, I just happened to have a burial case going on, and I had already gone up the mountain. I walked to the back and saw there were a lot of big notices posted there, informing the public saying, you need to come and claim, you need to come and claim. It was on April 31st, 2026 that they had to go and claim those remains. At that time, I made a short video to inform those who might not have received the notice. Why? Because after so long, many people had actually already forgotten. Even when it comes to what we call the OA, their official applicant, no one even knows who it is. So when it comes to claiming it, they don't know how to do it either. The eldest son, the firstborn, but even the firstborn might not be around. That's why the next of kin needs to be available to prove he is my son, in order to receive it. So actually, we need to get a permit, obtain a permit from NEA. This isn't something you can just decide on your own. You can't just say, okay, let's dig at whatever time we want. No, we must obtain an exhumation permit.
但在这个之前，你是已经有在做这一类的东西吗？还是就是家里的人已经就是开始这个行业了，你才学到这些东西？
No, I created it myself, and then someone with experience guided me and told me that I must enter this industry. Actually, 12 years ago, I personally saw my own grandfather being exhumed and relocated in Chua Chu Kang. At that time, I went to watch out of curiosity, and I never thought that more than 10 years later, I would enter this industry myself. However, actually, when the government doesn't inform people, very few will care, so only a few will come to consult. Customers who want to exhume graves are often advised by religious leaders. Let me give you an example. I have a customer. He went to a certain temple to seek guidance through divination. I won't mention which temple, but he got a divination stick. He couldn't read the Chinese writing, so he checked the back. Now, divination sticks always have something there. Right, so he thought about restoring the ancestral temple. Yes, the ancestor's grave needed to be renovated. So that's why he did it. Some people do it because of feng shui. The master asked him, "How long has it been since you last paid respects to your ancestors?" The tombstone on your ancestral grave has cracked. You need to go fix it? Well, fixing it is one thing, but it's also in a really inconvenient place. If there are kids or elderly people at home, what should you do? So at the end of the day, they still choose to exhume the grave.
把它搬去一个比较
A place that's easy to worship at, convenient for future generations to pay their respects.
就是这样子。
可是就是如果你们起坟的时候，你们会不会因为来这种东西不是一个很中性的事情嘛？所以你们起坟的时候，有没有人就是来，最害怕什么？
To be honest, there's a saying, my Chinese isn't very fluent, but I've heard this saying before. They say if you haven't done anything wrong, you won't fear someone knocking on your door at midnight. So actually, when we go up there to perform the exhumation, we're never worried that the person we're helping from the past would come looking for us. We're actually afraid of the surroundings.
呀，就是那就是那些人，那些人哦。
The surroundings, what he means by the surroundings are those lying around nearby. Because I'm helping him, he's grateful, and we don't even have time for anything else, but it's the surroundings. Those, who haven't been troubled, their descendants go to pay respects. What about the so-called lonely souls? Those lonely souls who have already been forgotten. What should we do? So actually, what we're really afraid of are those, right? If I help them, how could they possibly harm me? It's impossible for them to harm me. Family. To be honest, I just had a case with about a family of 7 people. Among them, there were 2 younger ones, and they usually have a sense of curiosity. Wow, looking over here, looking over there, taking out their cameras, snapping pictures here and snapping pictures there. The older generation, on the other hand, their mood tends to be much heavier. You can see that they are very serious, they seem unsure what to do. You can tell the younger ones just snap pictures, maybe because
年轻人没有那么多感情 with 那个
so basically they just go there to see something like, wow, I've never seen this before. I'm going to have all these photos too, you see. But actually that's not right. I feel that it's not right, but we also can't really tell them, hey, you can do it like this. It's also fine. We're just going along. They're just doing their thing.
我觉得如果你们跟他讲来，可能没有很适合啦，来拍照，我觉得 OK 吧，不是吗？来，我不会 get offended if 就是有人来跟我讲，I'm sorry， 可能我们就是在挖的时候，你尽量就是不要拍照啦，不要拍。
Actually, you have a very important point. We did try to. Nowadays, we usually do. I'm sharing with people on the internet. So because of that, of course, you bring up this very important point, which is nowadays. As soon as we arrived, we were told not to take pictures, which is good. Don't take pictures. It's good. So they will know, oh, don't take pictures, but last time we knew, so we just went and they knew. Nowadays, cell phones are so convenient.
对，什么都要拍照，什么都要拍视频耶。
It was dark and he even turned on the light. Oh gosh, just like not so nice.
还有秃头的咩？
We always do it at night. Oh,
Wait，等一下，so 大多数都是晚上。
we start the exhumation at midnight. But why? Yes, we start this at midnight. Maybe we should ask the Taoist priest. That's that, but the norm is always after the sun goes down. And it's always like 12 a.m. That's what they request. because sometimes, depending on their religious beliefs, some masters will tell us you have to do it at this time or that time, but most of the time it's after sunset. Yeah. The earliest I've come across is 8 p.m., but most of them are at 11.
45 12 start。上次那是我第一次follow along for exhumation， 是我
Oh
跟
my
着
god，
我的，
你看过？
对，我看过。其实我就是那个在那边拍的。
Oh my
因为
god，
那个时候
真是
The young one. Sorry，我不是在讲你，
他真的是
我不知道
young，
没有，
他真的是
我跟你讲
young，
我是刚好我有一个student， 他的阿嬷要起坟，因为也是收到这个通知，所以我是最近才去的。
也是收到这个通知
然后过后其实我没有做过看过起坟这个东西，我在马来西亚的时候只有看过下葬，没有看过起坟，所以他就问我要不要一起去看。那我说 OK 可以，我去看。然后他也跟我讲说，如果要拍的话是 OK， 因为他们想要做成一个 memory 这样，因为。
OK，
对，所以我就 OK 咯，负责在那边做那个 cameraman 啦。我就是也没有拍他的那个起的那个刹那，开的我也没有拍，也没有拍他的那个遗体，就是只是 on the process 啊，你的感想啊是什么什么这样，我就拍一点。我就说，为什么这么晚？因为他跟我讲说，他的时间是11点，我知道是通常是要太阳下山过后啦，可是这个真的很晚，他就讲说，是 NEA 给他这个 time slot。所以我就OK， so我也是本来以为是 religious reason。
That means 不是 religious
可能一般啦。通常 religious reason 的话是说太阳下山过后，因为你要起坟的话，这个毕竟是对那个他们是阴间的嘛，属于阴的，所以他都是怕那个太阳会伤到他们。所以其实你起坟啊，还是你把那个骨灰要搬去一个地方去。另外一个地方，他们通常都会有一个阳伞、一个雨伞也盖着。所以那天的话，我记得是他居然是我们弄到来已经是差不多凌晨12点多1点了吼。他把他那个骨头搬去那个车上的时候，他也是有拿着一个雨伞，就象征性的去帮他挡着那个阳光这样。虽然是晚上啦，可是就是我们华人真的就是很相信说这个不要伤害到他的这个死者。其实讲到底就是。尊重他啊 ，cause as less disturbance to that as possible 咯。对咯。
那如果就是万一 ，I think 可能你有遇到过吧，就是没有人来领取那个遗体怎么来？I mean 那个遗骸怎么办？
If no one comes to claim them, we will keep them. There's a room specifically for storing these ashes. I wouldn't specify the duration, but it can be up to 3 years. Actually, the way ashes are handled in Singapore is pretty much the same as in Hong Kong. It's just like Hong Kong. The problem is that there's no space over there, no space. Because the columbariums are already completely full and all those things happening among the living, so it's crazy. Every memorial tablet shop has more than a dozen boxes, over 100, even 200 sets. As for the ashes, what we do is actually we have our own place specifically for collecting these ashes. At the end of the day, maybe the next question would be, if no one really comes to claim them, and then upon expiration or whatever, what should we do? Again, in accordance with NEA government regulations, like for example, this phase 9 exhumation, there will definitely be many that no one comes to claim. If no one comes to claim them, NEA will still send them for cremation. After cremation, there will be a tag, and if, let's say, after a few years, no one comes to claim them and the space is overcrowded, they will be sent for sea burial. So that's the Singapore government's way of disposing of the ashes. Will they still be sent for sea burial?
就是他已经想得很妥当了。
The item you already... Yeah, and actually there's something that a lot of people might not know about, which is sea burial. Some customers ask me, can I scatter the ashes at East Coast? I prefer East Coast Park. Some say they like to go fishing at Sengkang Park or West Coast. Can they scatter there? Actually, you can't. In Singapore, there are only 2 places, the Changi Jetty and the Marina Bay Jetty. You can take a boat from either place, but Marina is prettier. There are only 2 places, and both will take you to the same spot. So the designated area for ash scattering in Singapore is actually just 8 kilometers away from Pulau Semakau. Where is that? I don't really know either.
所以传统上，其实老一辈还是长辈都会讲说，在起坟的时候有些话是不能乱讲的。所以你在现场作业的时候有没有刻意避免一些话没有讲，还是有一些东西你会刻意不要去做？
Actually, we always talk to the family members about it. Today, we're holding an ancestral ritual, the exhumation ceremony. So today, we shouldn't go disturb the ancestors. What do they ask for? Things, because Singapore is famous for this. Out of 10, 9 of them will ask, where should I give it to? Where should I bring it to? It's not the right time to ask for this sort of thing. We will say in Hokkien, we say, speak good words. Ah Gong is good. How did you call him? When Ah Gong is good, Ah Ma is good. Tai Gong is good. Tai Ma is good. Today, we will take your remains, and let you move to a more beautiful and comfortable place. We will continue to serve you with incense and offerings. You just keep saying good things to him. After the ritual is done, you have crossed the bridge, and if there is a mountain, you have crossed the mountain. Actually, it's not about the ceremony, it's about that place. Because there are still other things over there, and that place itself is not suitable for talking about this kind of thing, okay? So let's focus on today's topic. This cremation, what is our objective? It's to move our ancestors, our forebears, to a more comfortable place, right? What do we hope for? We hope they can live a bit more comfortably. The descendants will continue to use incense to worship them, and it will also make it easier for the descendants to come and pay their respects every year. But when you talk about this, you have to be careful, because once you say, I can come and pay my respects to you every year, you have to make sure you actually do it every year. Don't say it, and in the future, don't make a promise that you can pay respects every year if you can't actually do it. You can say that we'll come to pay our respects when we have time, and as long as we are able, we'll come to pay our respects to you. What about you guys? As for us, honestly, we're not afraid because we're helping the deceased. The only thing I'm afraid of is when I go back, I have elders above and kids below to take care of. I definitely have to sanitize myself, clean up myself, okay? If that's for hygiene purposes, to make sure I don't bring anything bad back with me, it's like that. Sometimes we use pomegranate flowers or pomegranate leaves or pomelo leaves, sprinkle them, cleanse myself. Okay, it's just for peace of mind.
那你有没有遇过那种起坟就是他一开始起坟，你们就哇直接就是觉得说有点不对劲这样的了？就是他现场对那个 feel 就有点怪怪这样的。对。
Actually, yes, it really is. It's very similar. The more normal thing is that it suddenly starts to rain. Oh, you see the sky is dark because it's going to rain. At night, usually you'll see it's a bit dark like this, cloudy, yeah, like that. Then maybe a little bit windy like that. But one time, actually, it wasn't at Chua Chu Kang. One time I was at Bukit Brown. Bukit Brown Cemetery then. That's a very old cemetery, the first generation cemetery in Singapore. All the graves are there. It started from 1922, so it's really strange over there. And it happened that we had to walk quite a long way because like now, the tomb is probably about 250 meters away. We had to walk uphill like in the middle of the night. Wow, we used our torchlights here and there, then climbed up. The thing is, we didn't bring an umbrella because everything seemed okay. The thing is, it was fine until when we wanted to start, we heard a clong, clong, and then psh. Then everybody was like, it's raining. Everyone was like, hey, it's raining. And you'll be surprised. Oh, then it was like, what do we do? What do we do? What do we do? Then just at that moment, there was a master there, and I don't know what the master did, but after a while, the rain stopped. We just continued. But when we continued, everything was already wet. All the things we planned were kind of like messed up.
But 为什么会突然这样下雨？
To be honest, I won't be able to explain. So it's like nature, but I mean, we all know like, oh, it's going to rain, it's going to... Then wow, that day was dark. That day was kind of reddish. The sky, there were no stars, but that day it was very obvious. And then suddenly, out of the sudden, there was also one time, I don't know why, oh, it was very long. It felt like it was moving. After that, it appeared here, which means we would encounter a river, a small one below. So, due to Earth movement, it could be here, it could be here, it could be here, it could be here. Because it's like the grave itself is about 60 to 70 years old. So, with Earth movement, now it's created a system. So, no worries. Last time, there wasn't much Earth movement, but after like 50, 60, 70 years over time, it will move around. So,
我们怎样
Okay.
we can see, more than 6 feet if we go in that direction. There's nothing there, nothing to throw away. We were just there. 70 years ago, was it really bought and used? Sure, but we were only joking. Then there was another master over there. Wait a minute, just light some incense and pay respects. I heard it. He said, if you want to move, let us find you or something. Everything out of nowhere. It's like, isn't that a no-brainer? We've already dug it out like this. It's out now, right? So the smallest angle is here. I don't know why all of a sudden my colleague would say, hey, try here. Let's do one square. So from a circle. We make a square, then he starts from the 11 o'clock location. As soon as he cuts, he hits it. It's common. He would go like, oh my God.
就还好，我们这一集是 way after 我们那个 Bukit Brown 的那个 episode， 不然我也吓死，不然我走到哪里我都很怕。
其实我
Yeah
刚才 before 你来的时候，他给我看一些 very amazing 的 photos，
是吗？
Yeah，
哦
真的，
我没有
Yeah，
想要看很
Yeah
amazing 的 photo，等一下我，
是那种
等一下我很怕，怎么办？等一下
我可以讲吗啦？把这种
，Oh
就是
my
那种
God，really？
可以
那种
可以来 OK 来
可以讲
那种僵尸
explain 哈，
僵尸，就很多年了，它还没有烂掉的。
喂，
他就给我看
就是你们挖，然后你们看到。
Actually, another part of the exhumation, sometimes when we dig up graves, people say we have a hidden cost, but actually there is no hidden cost. First, we need to understand the fabrication method of the tomb itself. Some graves are made with solid concrete. It will be more expensive because you have to break it piece by piece. It's not easy. Some are just made with slabs, which are very easy to dismantle. It's okay. And during the exhumation itself, after we exhume it, it very much depends on the remains, what condition they are in. For example, if it's just decomposed to a pile of white bones, then it's straightforward, clear cut. We just pick them up. But some still have half the body left, and some even still have the whole body remaining, like I just showed earlier. Really?
我还以为 I mean OK 我不懂 what's the 就是要多长的时间读佛一读 you know 读腐烂 and then like 变成 just 骨头。
Very hard to explain. Some will say, from a scientific point of view, it depends on when they were alive. What kind of medication they took, whether or not they were on heavy medication, or even until today, they are well preserved. Some will say it's like that, then sometimes they will. Or maybe in my industry, a lot of my seniors, you say that place is a corpse preserving ground. It's like a corpse preserving ground. Meaning to say, if you put it there, it won't rot. It's like these are all rumors among people, but we really cannot explain. And 6 feet underground after so long, sometimes the condition we see, even if we only have white bones left, that's the best thing. Then we also have to see the condition of the bones. Sometimes when we see the whole grave is soaked with water, it's not very good either. Today, I also had a case where it was soaked with soil, so there's no way to separate it. After cremation, when we went to collect it, it was just like a pile of mud. So in this kind of situation, the family will ask us a lot of questions. Why is it like this? 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 All right, then we have to explain the story to them to see if this is the case, if it is like this, and what kind of situation would cause this to happen.
因为每个地方都有不同的
对所以他们通常都会叫你说去解读一下他的那个遗骸是什么意思的啦。
对
那有没有什么好像 standard 的
If it's an exhumation, there will be fewer remains. Because what I would say is that the grief period, the period of mourning and repentance has already passed. Maybe it's already been more than 10, 20, or even 30 years. Yeah, they've already forgotten. Now they just want their ancestors to have a good place to rest. That's about it, right? That's all, nothing more. If it's new, it means someone just passed away and was just taken to be cremated. He will ask you a lot of things and he'll be more straightforward, like how to handle the bone fragments and how to do it. Then, when we pack it into the longevity urn, that's what we do. We will start packing from the lower limb, beginning from the feet and gradually pack up to the upper limb, then continue packing upwards. His skull and his cranium are placed inside the urn, displaying an image as if he is meditating. If it's exhumed remains, it will be more difficult. They will be more fragmented. Fragmented.
其实这个是我的 personal curiosity 啊，就有的人讲说他烧了过后会有那个，有的人有那个舍利子啊，你有没有遇过？
I'll be honest. I've actually worked in Singapore before. Actually, 2 years ago, I worked with a 99-year-old elderly lady. We saw Sarira flowers.
就开花。
Sarira flowers were in her bone marrow, a light layer, patches of Sarira flowers. We didn't see any Sarira particles.
可是他不会，通常这样的话就他的意思。
I saw her. She really was truly a very kind old lady. Her funeral was also done very beautifully. Several funeral halls had groups of 7, 8, or even 10 people coming to pay their respects to her. On the day of the funeral procession, it was also a big event. Her children and grandchildren filled the whole place. And really, everyone who came couldn't bear to part with her. That was on the day of the funeral. My colleague and I were both there. I even have photos. We were all present. Then they explained, and one of her granddaughters, her little granddaughter, asked, "Hey, what's that green color? Where does that green come from?" My colleague said, "This is something good. The Sarira flower, wow, it really looks like the color of jade. Wow, it's in her bone marrow. Wow, the color of jade, that's what it is." It's not at all. It's not a light green, it's emerald green, very much like jade, that deep green color.
因为我看，曾经我有看过，就是他们讲说是舍利花啦，结果我看它的那个好像那个 popcorn 这样啊。
Bone is just one.
因为它其实是那个骨头松了，然后就有动啦 ，fibrous bone 这样吧。他讲这个看起来很像花，他跟我讲说这个是舍利花。没有，他真的很像 popcorn， 你就。
是不是
No, it's in the bone marrow, it's in your bone. Your bone, it's carved into that bone. Well, not to put it that way, but it's in the bone. It's not separate, it's just that it's right there under the big bone in the marrow space. So you can see it's like what we call bone marrow. For those who like to eat tulang, you'll know what bone marrow is. I don't eat it anymore, so because of this Sarira flower, I don't dare eat it. What's up? Looking for someone selling tulang? Yeah, it's right in the bone marrow. That's Sarira, so Sarira confirmed heard of it, but has never seen it. So if I have a dream about Shirley Z, who is that? Huh? The Sarira is already 99 years old, I still remember, 99 years old.
就是做这种起坟的工作的时候，你们有没有遇过，就是家人们他们会就是要固定来，你可以帮我来固定的仪式吗？帮我请这个，帮我请，是有的吗？
肯定会有。
对，那时辰就是日子啊，这些都是要选啊。
肯定
因为他刚才讲那个 NE 跟他讲那个 slot 11点。
对。
To add on, add on, there will definitely be, because some masters don't have enough experience with NEA's exhumation exercise. So in this kind of situation, he will tell the family, oh, I've calculated for your family. There are numbers counting this and that. You need this date, this period, that period, what time. But after they understand, they won't do it anymore. Because I said, sorry, bosses. If it's something I can do within my control, I would never say no. But I hope you understand this exhumation permit. We have to go through NEA. So for example, as long as it's those plots affected by phase 9, if you go to NEA to apply for a permit for exhumation, if I'm not mistaken, it will only be available after the new year. Okay, it's full, okay?
那就是我可以选时间吗？ I mean 我真的不懂，我可以去。
This date, there's that time slot over there.
人家我不是去算那个时辰日子，等我就自己去。
That's really a solution. So the master is more flexible, more adaptable, just more, flexible. If something can't be done, it's okay. No need to worry. After coming up later on, he performed another ritual to remedy it. Okay, this time difference. Yes. Okay. I mean, this is what we get. I don't. Sometimes we simply can't control things. This is just an example. A lot of masters will say this, or a lot of people will believe it. They'll trust it. They'll say, hey, if nothing happens at home, if they are buried there, why move here and do anything? Yeah, a lot of masters will also say, hey, don't move. If nothing's wrong, why move here and do anything? Your son is doing so well now. Why would you move them? He's become a high-ranking official, so why would you still move them? But we're all Singaporeans. 15 years means 15 years. When it's 15 years, we have to come up. We can't do anything about that.
其实现在也是很少，就是你看他 NEA 如果给你一个11点、12点的 time slot 的话，我是没有遇过说有一个师傅会在那个时间去下去帮你念经的。所以通常如果他们要做，我们要起坟之前要做一个破土嘛。你看香港的那种电影，通常就是动土都是先帮你念经啊，他直接就。
He'll take one. Those who've served in the army will understand. After reading, he'll take a charcoal. Pong! 这样破。就这样呗。
对，可是现在他不是，如果他11点的话，他可能下午太阳下山过后6、7点这样，他跟你做破土，那个破土动土，做完了过后，他晚上的时候他再来挖了，反正那个时候那师傅就已经。
What about the breaking ground? We can follow the master's request for the date, but no, we must follow the NEA's schedule. But of course, if we go ahead and do something in advance at a certain place, that's the kind of person I am. Actually, I'm Kiasu. I believe in us. Singaporeans are generally more Kiasu. So let me give an example. If I want to book for June, June is open, okay? So I can tell my master, hey, June is open. So even though Singaporeans are Kiasu, we will pre-book in advance, but it's often just for planning. This kind of thing, they won't do this kind of thing. That's another side of it. It's only when you have a stomachache that you look for a toilet. So you only look for a toilet when you have a stomachache. You don't have that choice. You don't have any options. For example, on the first day of the Lunar New Year, now I have it, so I have to do it on February 17th. On the first day of the Lunar New Year, there are 2 slots. Does anyone want them? You have to be quick. I have the earliest slot. Do you want me to squeeze you in? Yes, I do. Even so, February 17th is fine. Let me think about it. That's not Lunar New Year's first day. Can I skip it? Wow. Why is it so rushed this time? Because actually a lot of people are trying to get things done before the beginning of spring. Yeah, before the winter solstice, we rush to do one. And after the winter solstice, that's it. Everyone just goes to find Santa Claus and then waits for the New York countdown. And that's it. Nothing more. So actually, Singaporeans do care quite a lot about feng shui.
其实我们华人都是，还是我们说我道教徒来讲，都是追求一个东西，讲说入土为安就讲说如果一个人去世了过后，还是最重要是在埋在土下面。可是因为你知道新加坡没有办法
，because there's no space. That's right.
所以其实我上次去他的 Columbarium 的时候，我就蛮爽的。你知道他的 Columbarium 的那个骨灰可以坐电梯的嘞，就是他的那个骨灰可以坐电梯，不是人可以坐电梯呀。他因为他是全部，他是一个 niche 一个 niche， 把他的 niche 是可以坐天梯 go underground， then 葬在 underground 的。then 你要看他的时候，他就会跟你 transport 起来 ，which is super high tech by the way。
哇
我看到的时候我就哇。It solve the 入土为安的东西 but it at the same time also provide comfort for the living people as well 啦，所以我就哇 this is 很 new 的一个 concept。
Actually, that's also a big reason why I chose this company to be my main sponsor, my main supporter, because I was looking for this service myself with my parents. I just thought, is this really what I want? It's just about letting things rest in peace. And then, well, at first I couldn't accept it because they were very advanced, so I asked, is this okay? In the end, after asking several Feng Shui masters, even before I started working with them, I brought my own Feng Shui master. 过去.
Oh.
As soon as my Feng Shui master got there, he looked and said, oh, this location is actually in the dragon's lair. Oh, I was like, wow, that feels good. And then when I went in, hey, I didn't feel any creepy vibes because the energy there was really well balanced. Yeah, so people from the underworld have their own places and people from the living world have theirs. It's fine. You can even bring kids there. Unlike traditional ones where it's like I'm digging so many graves, there's never been a kid under 6 years old who dared to go there. Because whenever people go to pay respects to their ancestors, they don't dare to bring very young children, right? They're afraid something bad might happen or the ancestors might not be able to rest. So we don't do that kind of thing. And then when we got there, hey, it didn't feel like that at all. The feeling was just, hey, is this where they keep the ashes? No. It was only after being there that I realized this place, even though it's modernized, it's still designed according to the traditional feng shui beliefs for good graves.
那你就是讲到风水对吗？有没有就是可能你们已经有一个 slot 了 ，for example， 可能是明天的10点，连突然间那个家人就跟你讲了，师傅啊，可能明天可以不要吗？因为我觉得那个风水不好。有没有因为就是风水而延迟那个就是？
Actually, working in this industry, I have to say a few words on behalf of people in my line of work.
Okay, 来吧。
What's the thing we fear most in this line of work? Well, relatives gossiping behind our backs. Yeah, okay. So when you use this kind of service, the funeral director you hire to help you, or the person who digs the grave for you, helps you with this. You should just listen entirely to what they explain to you. Don't listen to the opinions of those relatives gossiping. Why? Because, wait a moment. This aunt has this idea, this aunt has this belief, and that aunt has that belief. Everyone has different beliefs. However, the things they do and the requests they make are all different. So in this situation, I would say, don't let just anyone handle it for you. The person handling this matter for you is definitely a professional. Yes, you should listen to what they say. It's like, for example, if I have something to deal with and I go to a feng shui master, I need to trust my feng shui master. If I have something to deal with and I go to a Taoist priest, then I need to trust the advice and suggestions my Taoist priest gives me. I can't go to my Taoist priest and say, my aunt said this, so why are you saying something different? So we have to trust that this profession is actually quite professional.
那我想问，就是你们放工之后，你们起坟了之后，你们全部做完自己的东西的时候，你们会不会就是 cleanse， 还是你们怎么 cleanse？ 会去拜拜吗？还是直接用那个 pomelo leaf 而已？还
The most basic ones are pomelo leaves or pomegranate flower leaves. For those who are a bit more kiasu, we would go to a temple, walk around it once, and then go home. Oh,
真的是去寺庙 and then 拜拜 then 才会。
yes, people would step over the fire. In the past, in the old days, the older generation would do that. Now it's probably harder to buy the items. That's right. So now everyone just sees it as a troublesome thing. So it's about how to improvise. So fewer people are willing to take that kind of gamble, the kind that takes a long time to pay off. He just skipped over it and nothing happened. We often go 2 or 3 times a week, and if we need a stove to be there every time, it becomes troublesome. The neighbors would complain and call 995 saying my neighbor's going to set a fire. Haha, so now it's a bit more advanced. So actually, it's what we call the lukiao pomelo leaves. Or the simplest is shilu. What is shilu? Pomegranate leaf, pomegranate leaf. Oh, okay. So it's like the kind that grows on the first floor. Pomegranate, you see it's pomegranate. It's been cut up messily with scissors. Yeah, because we just borrow a little. Sometimes I borrow it. It's fine to say it like that. Ha ha ha, just borrow it.
那这样，其实我好奇的一点啊，就是有没有你用过这些 cleansing 了啊，过后还是有东西，可能你那种比较灵异的事情发生的，有没有这样的一些
Right?
这种有趣的故事。
对。
Something more supernatural. Well, I don't know if I should say this or if I can say it, but you have to protect me, okay? If nothing happens, then it's fine. This happened here last November. Just a few days before that Indian festival, Diwali. Okay, Diwali. I'm not sure of the festival's name. It's that Indian festival, Diwali. Yeah, there was a job, over there doing some lead digging. Yeah, and while I was grave digging, I felt something I had never felt before. My spine in the back. Suddenly, it was really sore and cold. I was shocked and wondered why it was still there. I've heard the older generation say that if this happens, it's like hitting the lottery in a bad way. It means you're done for. So they also told me that you have to handle it properly. So I said, big brother, big sister, please don't bother me. If there's anything, let me know later. If I can help you, I will. And that was it for a while. But then, just as we were almost done, it happened again. This time I thought, oh no, what should I do? I probably said the same thing again, but this time I emphasized to them, if you need anything again, you really have to. Honestly, I don't know if you guys have ever experienced this, but I have, and I was really confused because it was actually my first time. So I just said, if you need anything, just let me know. If I can do it, I'll do it for you. You have to remember, if I can do it, I'll do it for you. Do not say, whatever you want, I'll give it to you. Because as the elders said, my seniors, you must absolutely never say, whatever you want, I'll give it to you. Because if they ask for me next, then I'm done for. I'll just become one of them. So the event passed, everything was done, and everything was fine. So after that, I got in the car to drive home. When I got in the car, there was usually a pomegranate leaves in my car. The pomegranate leaves were there, just a bunch. Yeah, just a bunch. No, just one by one. I would put it by my driver's seat. And then there was a bottle of mineral water. So after drinking the water, I would pour a little on the pomegranate leaves. Wipe. That's just my normal SOP, okay? And then that's it. I just got in the car, started driving and left, but today felt strange, you know. I'm not driving alone right now. That feeling is like someone is next to me, or like it just feels different, like something is with you. That feeling is really, really intense, that kind of feeling. Then I just stayed quiet and went as per normal, just tried not to think about it. I just thought about what I should do tomorrow and just did it. Then after I got home, everything, took the elevator up, everything, took a shower, everything was fine, just lay down to sleep. Yeah, then slept. I am someone who rarely dreams when I sleep. I had a dream, and in the dream, he came to ask me for help. To do the things I did with my customer today, and in the dream, I told him about it. What's your name? I know who you are, I know which block you're in, but I don't know your tombstone number or anything else. Then I said, are your descendants still around? Are your children and grandchildren still here? Ask them to come find me, okay? And then, wow, it was morning, the night passed and it was morning. Yeah, it really was morning. Yeah, so 2 days passed and it was the day of the Deepavali. My phone rang. Suddenly, my phone rang. They asked me, hey, did you dig up the grave? I said, yes, that's right, because I did that. Advertisement. So I placed ads on Facebook. On TikTok, I placed ads. On Instagram, I placed ads. And I also placed ads on my own website. I would definitely ask her, Miss, where did you see my ad? She said she didn't. My mom dreamed about you. And I was like, huh, your mom dreamed about me. Hey, I said, hey, it must be someone I know who would say their mom dreamed about me. And then he said it too fast. He said, oh no, my mom dreamed of an immortal and the immortal called me. They called me, so how did you get my number? He said he asked Google, he Googled for it. Chenfen, grave exhumation. Chenfen, grave exhumation. Chenfen means grave exhumation, exhumation in Singapore. He saw me and I said, that's strange. I'm not a big company. There's no way I'd spend thousands to run an ad. My position on Google might be on page 2 or page 3. So when you search on Google, there's no way you'd see me on the first page. For me, that's a question mark. So what happened in the end? Okay, so we talked about the price because for that piece of land, I've done a lot of cases there. So I pretty much know what the price is around there. It won't be too far off. So I gave them a price and they were okay with it. So we proceeded. After giving a quote, I need to double confirm. Usually after we get a job and give an estimate, we go to the site to confirm that the estimate we gave is accurate and correct. So it's easier to explain to the owner. So when we get to the site, what do we usually see? That's the photo. When I saw that photo, to be honest, my hair stood on end because that photo was exactly the same as what I saw in my dream. Actually, even to this day, this thing is very... Recently, it was just 2 or 3 months ago, right? Was it last year or just 2 or 3 months ago? So even now, I still can't explain. Is it a coincidence or not?
我觉得他真的是来找你，因为你跟他讲来，你有什么事我可以帮，我可以帮你再跟我讲，所以 maybe 你讲你感觉到有人跟住你回家，就是他跟你回家，然后他就是进你的梦里跟你讲嘞 ，help me， 哇 ，Oh my god，
那这样很悬耶，这个东西真的太，有时候你讲巧合也太巧了吧，这个东西，
对，就是解释不了，
解释不了。
但是我觉得就是真的是有些事情。来，这个真的是解释不了。But 你看到的那个照片，真的是你梦里的那个一模一样。
It was also a good deed, actually. This isn't really a ghost story. It's actually just telling something. I can't explain it. It's just an experience that I tried to explain. Of course, I wish I had more experiences like this, but it only happened once. I've been doing this for so long, and it only happened once.
等一下你这样讲了，等一下回家你又做一个梦。
Can I double confirm, triple confirm? Because every time I confirm, I get one more case. I really don't mind at all. Of course, it turned out really ugly. So the problem is there was only that one time. I've done so many, even some really extreme ones. But there just wasn't, it was only that one time. I really can't explain it. And wow, that spine area, it's really like when both your legs have no strength at all. It's like, I don't know how to explain it. The feeling is like, wow, it's as if you suddenly become handicapped. I'm not saying that, but it's just how it feels. I was saying it in my heart, not out loud. I didn't say it out loud. It was just in my heart. It's just gone, of course. My customer was there. Oh, my client was there. And then my colleague who digs graves was also there. There's no way I could say it out loud, right? If I said it too late, I couldn't say it like that. Yeah, so I just said it in my heart. And then it was gone. I thought then the first time, I wondered if maybe I had some kind of illness. Or maybe my old problem was acting up again, or you got me. You didn't think it was that. Yeah, then I started thinking deeper, like, wow, it must be that. Because I've heard some of the older folks in the business talk about it before. If something like this happens to you, what should you do? What should you do? So the second time he came, I finally understood how to deal with him. Hey, just tell me what you want. I will trust my own abilities to help you. I'll do what I can do. I'll do what I can do. Just repeat everything, okay, until I go back to sleep. I rarely dream, but that day I had a dream like this. Wow, I felt it was very heartwarming. Your story actually isn't scary, not scary at all. It's not meant to be scary, but it's really something that like really can't be explained. I have no way to explain it, no way to explain.
那在我们做结尾之前呢，我想问，就是你认为大众对起坟的这件事有什么误解吗？
In terms of misunderstanding, I don't think so, but they feel there's no need to do it until the government comes to force them, then they'll do it. So I feel like we're all Chinese, right? Well, the tradition of ancestor worship passed down by our ancestors for 5,000 years is actually very important. So if you can do it early, try to do it as early as possible. What I want to emphasize is, don't wait until the government urges you to do it. You'll end up rushing and panicking. Yes, that's the key point. There's also a saying among Chinese people, if the ancestors are buried well, the descendants will prosper for generations, generation after generation. Yes, so I hope that these words passed down from our ancestors will all be preserved. Yes, so it's like I know a lot of them. Younger customers, they always come to ask me which temple is better to worship at or which Buddha is more effective. I'll go worship that one. I can mention the name Erge Feng. Will I win the lottery? If I go to the casino, can I double up or triple up? Then I just think if it's possible. Think about the importance of your ancestors. Have you paid respects to your ancestors? If your parents are still alive, have you shown them filial piety? I think that's more important. Yeah, usually when people come to ask me which god is good or which temple is good, I always tell them about this. Personally, I think it's totally fine. Actually, I was a very rebellious and unfilial child. From when I was young until now, it's only recently that I've learned how to do it. Showing filial piety to my parents. Yeah, I also think I'm doing pretty well. Ever since I changed, things have gone more smoothly for me, really. Things have gotten better. So why spend money, look for some master, or try to change your fate? First, ask yourself if you have shown respect and filial piety to your parents, and if you have paid respects to your ancestors.
所以你们都听到了哈，他的这个
说得好
真的说得很好。
Yeah.
所以今天我们真的很谢谢恩乐来跟我们分享这个起坟的这整个过程，还有你遇到的一些经历，所以也很感谢你分享最后的这个大智慧给我们呢，给我们的观众也是，所以谢谢你，谢谢你。
没事。
所以就像恩乐说的，我们要去了解起坟的这一回事是什么 ，OK？ then 还有呢，要去孝顺父母，要祭拜祖先，就做好自己的本分就够了 ，OK？ 不要去问啊什么哪一个庙比较好啊，可能可以种4D啊这种东西。
最重要是不要忘根啊
Yes，
对
不要忘根就对了。
对
OK，
所以谢谢
那我们谢谢恩乐，谢谢，
谢谢，拜拜，拜拜。
但在之前记得要点赞、收藏，还有开启小铃铛。
拜。